last time we left off, you guys had major foray deeper into Kyber. As you delved, you came into a few obstacles, a widening chasm that you guys had climbed across, a underwater tunnel system that you had navigated via your unbreathing Warforged companion. And then after a few more hours of travel, you started to hear that clacking noise that had kept you guys on edge. You had entered into a large cavern where your vision could only stretch so far, and most things were beyond your view. Your party, spreading out in the cavern, came upon these monstrous, chitined-plated, featherless chickens that had large talons at the ends, bulbous, milky white eyes, and horrific screeching. And after encountering them, they attacked. Being territorial creatures, your group fought them. You were split up, and some people were hurt bad more than the others. And after a few moments of combat, people started noticing a rumbling in the ground. And the rumbling was getting closer. After about 5 rounds total, the walls of the cavern shuddered and crumbled under the weight of this gargantuan creature. This purple worm, mouth filled with rows of teeth, just careened out, gulping up one of the hook horrors as it barreled towards your group. At which hook horrors started to run. Brick, for a paladin, shouted profanity and started to run. As your group now makes the choice of whether to go north or south on the map, or in your case, left or right.
I'm just going to point out that Morty's going to go in whatever direction Brick bolts to.
Okay.
Because clearly that monstrosity that burst from the ground, or out of the wall, wasn't it? No, it was out of the ground.
It was out of the wall. It was out of the wall.
So that monstrosity has him scared completely shitless.
Listen, Brick has an apprehension about anything bigger than him, and this thing is many times bigger than him.
So, I need a decision. I want each of you, because it is such a stressful situation, to whisper me left or right.
So, just to make sure I do this right, who do I say whisper, / whisper, oh, got it. Okay, got it. Never mind.
Because that is the direction that on the first turn, you will run.
Do you have to spell out the whole word whisper, or can you just do /W?
/W.
/W.
I don't know if it's not picking up your name on it.
You should just type /W space GM space and then type in whatever you want.
Just GM, yeah. That makes sense.
Friendly reminder, Mr. GM, while we're doing this, Brick is currently hasted and currently has Shield of Faith up.
Okay.
Yeah, that being said, throwing that out there, just because I think it would make more sense as much as it's a disadvantage, do you want me to make a concentration test to see if I maintain that that concentration after that thing scared him shitless?
Honestly, I love that. I love that for...
I mean, just from a flavor standpoint,
yes.
That just seems like something that would absolutely happen.
I would say the shaking of the chamber and the barreling of that would shake you to the core. That yes, you would have a momentary lapse of concentration. So roll me just a straight concentration, no advantage, no disadvantage on it.
Okay, so
I love that.
So that is good enough to keep it, actually. So, what is everybody's movement, real quick? Because I am going to move your tokens.
60 feet, because that's just Brick's normal speed with haste.
Standard speed for Morty is 30 feet.
Okay, so if you
30.
took dash action, it would be 60. Because at the start of this, your group is going to start running, and everybody's going to run towards their corridor. Selichah, do you have a speed increase from being a monk?
Yep.
What is your speed?
The base speed is 45.
Okay.
Jesus.
So a dash would be 90. So
She getting the fuck out of there. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh god, yeah. Brick can't even see where Selichah is right now either.
Okay. So Selichah, you...
Brick, don't forget to turn off your headlights.
Selichah went right. So you go down this tunnel and you start taking off. Brick, yours is 30, so
60.
Oh, 60.
Because of haste, yeah. Oh yeah. Like the Kool-Aid Man? Oh yeah! Oh god, everything went black!
Jolts to the right. Morty and Voxis take off towards the left tunnel.
Oh no.
As everybody in the massive confusion just starts scrambling to run. And Brick and Morty, the two of you,
No.
Morty, you go around the south side of that pillar as Brick is coming around the north side, and you just lose sight of each other as you start running down those corridors.
For as scary as it is, like the purple worm coming, I imagine Selichah just turning around, just seeing Brick straight up Terminator running at her.
So, here is the funny part.
I'm not sure if this is funny.
It's a little funny.
As you guys start splitting, out of a corner, a sunken purple worm actually breaks through.
What?
Wait. There's two of them?
There is two of them.
Maybe they're a couple of territorial males fighting for territory. Maybe that's what's happening.
So, here is the funny part. Since you both went dual directions, and they have tremor sense,
Oh!
One of them follows to the right, and the second actually goes to the left. Now,
Run!
the ones that are on the right, there is a hook horror that is running ahead of you.
So you don't have to be faster than the worm, you just gotta be faster than the hook horror.
So, Selichah and Brick, there is a hook horror in your tunnel that if you keep pace at what you were running, you will eventually outpace. Now, what is the range on haste? Like, is it just...
yeah.
Break?
At 30 feet.
Well,
It says ranged area is 30 feet. I'm assuming that's to actually to haste the
cast it,
person
yeah.
or to cast it. Outside of that, it just says concentration up to 1 minute.
And
at this point,
I'd say I probably have 30 seconds left to haste.
Okay.
If I maintain the concentration.
That's a big if right there.
Because I'm sorry, but if I don't see you in my tunnel, I might need it.
Yeah, no joke.
So, here is the thing. You have a purple worm on your tail. It does have a burrow speed. These tunnels are pretty wide. As you are running down them, we will take turns on making a skill challenge check. Now, skill challenges, what you can do is you describe to me how you want to complete a success to further yourself along the board. You must accomplish so many successes to not fight the purple worm. If you fail so many times, it will catch you. Now, you will be making these checks as a pair. So, Brick, you'll make one. Selichah will make one. Morty will make one. Voxis will make one. And each success moves the pair of you one step. So, we will start with each of you rolling a die 20. The high roll will determine which team will give me their actions first. And now these actions can be any number of things. You can use skills. Say you want to duck down a corridor and hide. You can do that. If you want to use magic to throw it off, you can do that. If this was a encounter with a mob of intelligent creatures, you could try and talk to throw their game off for a moment. You tell me what you want to do to try and succeed to get away from it, or to anything else. Athletics. Now, the thing is, you can't use the same skill you just used in the last round. You have to use a different ability each round. It takes 2 rounds to try your previous, so you can cycle effectively. So, Morty rolled a 10. I need a die 20 roll from... That's not boding well.
At least it's on this and not on the actual skill check, right?
Let me point out. Morty rolled a 4. If he wins with a 4,
You rolled a 10 and then a 4.
No, that 10 was for the concentration check.
Oh.
So Morty rolled a 4. If he wins with a 4 being the high number, I do not see anything ending well in this.
TPK. The next group's gonna come into the Underdark.
I need a roll from Brick, and I need a roll from Voxis.
Okay.
Oh, from all of us.
D20.
Yep.
I figured 1 per group, but
yeah. Okay, we're getting higher. We're getting higher. There we go. Okay, we're going up. It's better. It's better.
I can totally ditch Morty right now too.
Morty can totally ditch you.
I know.
Yeah, Morty absolutely can.
So
I have-
Morty has a safe way to get home right now.
I have a cloak of the bat. I can turn into a bat, or I can just fly.
That's fine. Morty can literally just leave this entire dungeon right now.
Please don't.
What's the cast
So,
time on that
Morty-
spell, though?
Morty and Voxis, in the first section of running, your first 60 feet or so, as this worm is barreling, you can see it twisting and writhing in the hole as these massive jaws are just grabbing stone and tearing it free as it's widening the corridor as it's crawling towards you. So Voxis, you had the higher of the two. So what do you want to do to try and gain yourself a success in furthering yourself away from it?
Unfortunately, none of my spells do audio, because even pyrotechnics is blinding.
It's funny you mentioned blindness.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. You said we can cast spells, though, right?
Yes. If, depending on how you use the spell, you do not have to roll, and it could guarantee a type of success.
I want to use the 3rd level slow spell.
Okay.
Oh! Big brain, big brain.
So,
Real quick.
let's see if it shows it there. Yeah.
Yep.
So my spell save DC would be a 14 on this, though.
And that is a wisdom save? Where is it?
Wisdom saving.
save.
Yep. So yeah, it loses reactions, half speed, -2 AC, and fails
yeah.
dex.
So it fails the saving throw massively.
Oh.
Because it rolls a 1.
Oh.
As it slows its crawl to half a single move action. As you start outpacing it. But it still seems to trudge in your direction. So, we will count that as a success. Okay.
I was wondering what the line was on the screen. Now I know.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering.
Morty.
Yeah.
As you guys are running, it starts to slow. What would you like to do to try and gain speed on it, or get out of its way, or hinder it?
Oh, Morty's going to panic cast Ray of Frost at it
Okay.
because it'll reduce its speed by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay.
And because it's his go-to panic cast spell.
This is also true, yeah.
Yep.
That is true.
So, yeah, he's going to do that while booking it forward. So,
Oh?
I think a 21's
So-
gonna hit.
does a 21 hit?
A 21 will definitely hit it.
So it takes 11 cold damage and it loses 10 feet of its speed.
That thing's only gonna be moving like 5 feet. It's gonna be it's crawling.
It's a worm. I expect it to crawl.
You know what I mean. Potato.
All right. Yeah. So -11. It actually did damage to it,
Oh god, he's made it angry.
and it slows by 10 feet.
As Morty just like panic laughs as he's running, just.
Okay. So that will definitely slow it down, which will gain you a success. Since you both gained a success, it actually moves you a total of 3. So, in the second tunnel, there is the loud clomping of metal boot print and the swift footsteps of a lone drow.
Okay, I do.
Of the two of you, real quick, who had the higher? Brick had the higher, so Brick,
Yeah.
you went first.
Okay, so I do have to ask a question. So I know specifically haste does not give me advantage on dexterity checks, just saves. But could I make the argument that it makes Brick lighter on his feet, so he doesn't have disadvantage when it comes to hiding? If it's a no, I'll take it. I'm just trying to make my argument. Because I got nothing.
I would rule in the favor of acrobatics.
Okay.
Because you're slowing, technically, everything around you seems to be moving slower. Right?
Okay, that's fair.
So, I would give you the bonus on acrobatics to say, step out of the way of, last second diving past a larger boulder or something like that,
Yeah. All right.
Oh wait, actually, I got a question. You said for any spells that we use, it takes an extra turn. Does that include cantrips?
Takes an extra turn. No. When you succeed at 2 successes as a group, I move you an extra space ahead.
Right, but you also said that if we wanted to use magic to try to move ourselves further or something like that, that you can't use the same spell twice. I was wondering if you meant, if that means cantrips as well.
Yes.
Okay.
It would not have the same effect next round.
Okay. That's why I need, that helps.
Okay, so I guess does Brick know anything about these monstrosities that are chasing us?
Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Oh boy. Nature. I do have a +1 to that. Oh, yes!
You know that they are burrowing creatures, and they are omnivorous. They will pretty much eat whatever.
Okay.
Physically, you know that their insides can crush a person and also deal a great deal of acid damage. Other than that, you know that if they are not burrowing, they are actually faster. If they are burrowing, they are slower.
Okay.
So if they're slithering through a tunnel that's already open, they move much quicker.
So if we moved into a smaller space, they would have to slow down because they'd have to actually either submerge or make the tunnel bigger for them to pass through.
That is a astute.
And I do know that these things. Do I know if these things can actually see? Because I know a lot of, or I guess, underground creatures tend to not have great eyesight, if any.
They do not see. They are technically blind, but they have the ability to. They have blind sight.
Well, I was asking because I was going to turn off my torches if it was going to be a deterrent, but it's not going to affect.
No, it would not. It would not affect them.
Cool. So I'm not going to give myself that hindrance if I can avoid it. All right. Does Brick see anything ahead of him that could, a tunnel that we could shoot off into, a smaller tunnel that would slow these things down? Do I see anything?
There are a lot of branches as you're coming up. Whether they continue as a tunnel, that is a very rocky guess.
Oh no.
But something you have been noticing is there are a lot of them here. Things in the area have been burrowing through the ground in this area. So it is very likely that you will run into branching territories.
Cripes. Okay. Could Brick... Would Brick be able to dash off into, like, divert off into one he recognizes as more of a burrow?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
They look like they were the burrows, even after semi-closing, are still roughly sized for medium creatures. It looks like they were dug by large, not larger than large.
Cool. And Brick will be able to fit through these, right? He being a bigger dude.
Yes.
Cool. Brick's gonna jump into one of them.
Okay. So, go ahead and make me a athletics check at advantage, or an acrobatics at advantage, whichever you would like.
Do athletics advantage.
Dodge.
27.
Okay. So that is good enough that will count as a success. As the two of you are running up and you grab Selichah's arm and drag both of you into a burrow.
Sweet.
As the purple worm crashes by for a moment, and then you see it burrow through the wall as it slows down because it's having to burrow to try and keep up. Selichah.
What's up?
Okay, so you guys have managed to steer off for one moment as you stay ahead of it. What would you like to do or try to gain a success to further your cause?
I don't have a lot that's gonna help with getting away with anyone, but I can dash and then also dash again.
That's true.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too, because a lot of my stuff would only help one person.
Yep.
See, that's the thing of it, is like, even then, like, Selichah's not a spellcaster, and I don't got anything that's gonna help us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even have, like, my acrobat and athletics. Oh god, my athletics roll would just get us killed. Like,
So, as you're running down these corridors, you are noticing, like I said, multiple burrows. It doesn't take a lot for it to burrow through, but there are quite a few twists and turns that you could take in here. With your dash action, I will let you roll an acrobatics check. If you wanted to, say, try to tie it up. Because you have not seen the end of the worm. You are not exactly sure how long it is. But, you know, you've seen snakes get caught in areas like that.
You can Tom and Jerry its tail.
Jesus Christ.
I was going more the dragon from Shrek.
Or you could, say, use perception or investigation to try and find a hovel that...
How about survival? Can I use survival to find a place?
Oh.
Survival, you could. Go ahead and roll me a survival check. And I will tell you what
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh no.
Okay. So, that is actually a failure.
You think? I rolled a 2!
So, as you are running along, you not know your knowledge of the purple worm not nearly as good as Brick's.
I don't know where the hell Brick learned about purple
find
worms.
As you're running along, you do find an alcove. As you both tuck into it, as the worm does go by for a brief moment.
Oh shit.
Before it stops, and you're kind of pinned in the hovel, and you can feel the rumbling, and then it continues to burrow, and you suddenly start feeling the shuddering of stone from behind you.
Are we?
That is the failure, as it will move forward 1. As you now have 1 failure and 1 success. So, with that, we go back to Morty and Voxis, as you guys have a pretty good lead on yours right now, as the icy patches have slowed it down, along with the effect of the temporal effect that's holding it. It has come somewhat to a crawl, as the effects seem to wear off as you get out of range of it or lose sight of it for the magic to keep holding effect. And Brick, this round, your haste disappears as well.
Cool.
So we will go with Voxis, you being first up.
So
Same thing, you're in a tunnel and you do see a lot of burrows as well.
So I do have a question, because I could find no official ruling on this. Boots of elven kind that I'm wearing, I make no sound, which theoretically means no vibrations are made by my footsteps. So how would you rule this?
I would still give you advantage on stealth checks against it, because technically your footfall is still hitting the ground and it has tremor sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's blind sight. It would have a harder time picking you up because that's deals on sound.
Yeah. Okay, and since my spell wears off, there's no purpose in holding concentration on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
As you guys were far enough ahead of it that you lost sight of it, and basically you're double dashing and it's slowed and minus 10 feet. You got quite a bit of distance. That after a while, it takes that 6 seconds of not being able to see it and it being further away that your spells fade, that suddenly it bursts forth and you can catch it down. You can catch sight of it down a hall, but it is still at quite a distance now.
Okay. So can I try to cast, I should say, is the distance on here accurate on the screen?
No.
Okay, how far away from it am I then?
You're 2 successes. No.
Since, spell range and all
at
that.
This point, you're probably a good 90 to 120 feet.
Okay, I'm well out of I'm well out of my casting range then. Okay. Let's see here. So acrobatics doesn't really apply though.
I mean, technically, I'm just spitballing this. May I spitball with him at all? Just because we're kind of
you guys are technically running.
Okay. I would just suggest, since we can't see it, that we just book it as fast as we can.
Well, acrobatics isn't speed, but yeah.
But I'm saying, like, we don't necessarily have to do anything to it.
To
flee from it. We could just run.
Could I use like performance to kind of throw a bunch of things like against the walls and stuff to kind of mess with its sense of sound or vibrations?
All those damn chairs and tables and cabinets.
Since I have returning chakrams and stuff, just kind of throw them to kind of like mess with this.
Allow you to make a performance check to see if that works. That your crashing waves and rolling thunder as they smack, the crackling of energy that comes off of them, and sound of distant waves crashing upon the shore seems to confuse it, as it does dart off down a tunnel and then suddenly re-emerge after 2 or 3 seconds to behind you again. But it did dart off in a different direction. So you have used performance.
Yep.
Slow. And the ice spell. I can't think of the name of it.
My what's it called?
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost, yeah.
You can tell how stressed out Morty is because he can't remember the name of his bread and butter spell.
Yeah.
So,
dude,
that
you have no
does
idea.
gain you to a success as you make it further. So that is a total of 4 successes so far.
Man, I wish.
Morty-
No knocks on you, Selichah.
So is Morty noticing any type of alcoves that he has been passing or anything like that? Like you said that the worm
there's
darted into one of the things.
It looks like as you're running down this main corridor, there is a main hall that you're basically following, right? And it's a nice, 15 by 15 corridor, but there's like these 5-foot and 10-foot holes that are Swiss cheesing through the walls.
Sweet. Okay. As we pass one, Morty's going to use minor illusion.
Okay.
To create a booming sound of his terrifying voice.
Okay.
Of his terrified voice coming from one of the corridors, like deep within the corridor. You might say, like, I don't know, 30 feet in that corridor.
Okay. All right. That is an automatic success.
And that should last for a minute, so hopefully it'll get distracted by it, and we can keep going.
Oh, God.
Yep. It burrows forward and it follows, and suddenly it's distracted by the noise as it believes that there is something down that way via blind sense.
And all you hear is, oh
Burrows
god,
out.
oh jeez, oh god, oh jeez, oh god! Like, that's all you hear from that corridor.
You do see it burrow through and go that direction. And it takes the rest of its round as it's circling that area looking, but eventually its tremor sense does no longer pick anything up there, so it starts to burrow back towards where it can feel vibrations.
Sounds or vibrations?
Yeah. So with that, it is then Selichah and Brick. Brick, you feel the vibrations behind you. You can definitely tell it's circling around as the tail, at this point, it takes a few moments, but judging by it, you would guess that the thing is gotta be at least 100 feet long.
Oh. Okay, but we're not pinned into the alcove anymore.
You are not pinned into the alcove.
Cool. So is haste now gone, or do I get this
It
round
is gone.
left of it? It is gone. Okay, just making sure I understood that
You
earlier.
feel the magic leave you as you start to slow.
Brick, under his breath, curses in Dwarvish.
Okay.
Under his breath, if a Warforged can do that, I don't know. It's all wild here, man. Oh God. Okay. Okay, as we take off running again, with Brick's knowledge of stonework, would that help in the situation?
How do you think you could use it to help you?
If I know we're in kind of smaller tunnels now, so this might not be viable, but I was thinking if Brick could maybe find the weak spots in parts of tunnels, and as they're running, hit them in the right spot and collapse them with his hammer to slow it down a little bit.
I would let you use investigation.
Investigation. At advantage? Sweet. Okay. Investigation. Okay. It's not bad.
All right. So, you and Selichah, you start taking off. Selichah is easily outpacing you.
Yeah, I'm not super speedy anymore.
But I'm assuming, Selichah, you are kind of holding back a little bit to keep up with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you're running along, you do notice something out of the ordinary. You catch a dull silver glint out of the stone to the side, a large section of it. And you can roll me a stonework check. Okay. With your tools at advantage.
So, what skill would you want me to apply to that?
So you have stonemason tools, right?
Yeah. So it's a D20 plus my proficiency. What skill would you like me to apply to that? My intelligence modifier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with intelligence because you're identifying something.
Okay, so this will be whatever. I'm going to just roll 2d20, and it's going to be +4 to whatever I roll.
Okay.
22.
Okay. So it catches your eye, and for a brief moment, you can't believe it, and it excites you as you notice a large vein of adamantine.
Son of a... Literally any other place, this would be amazing.
But at the pace you're running, you'll probably not likely be able to find it again. As you notice that there are actually hovels around that area that seem to shrink as you grab Selichah and you dart through it. You hear the rumbling, and then you hear this loud crashing noise and almost like a screech, and then you see the worm down various tunnels going in a different direction, almost like it crashed into the wall and could not bypass it as it ran into a webbed network of adamantine.
Oh, and this, kids, is why you take tools. This is why you take tools.
So that is actually a success for the both of you as you gain some ground.
Oh.
Okay, so Selichah, it is your turn to try and think of a way that you can outmaneuver or hinder this creature as it follows along.
Could I use insight to try and figure out which direction it's going to try and cut us off from, so we can go a different way?
Oh.
Yes, you may.
There we
Sorry
go.
about this 3 I'm about to roll, my dude.
You can only go up. You can only go up. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So. I'm trying to move that so that it illuminates the whole screen for you guys.
Yeah, since the map doesn't really matter much anymore.
Yeah. So, all right. With that, as you're running along, you can feel the tremors, and for a brief moment, you can tell left, right, up, down, and you know that it's coming from your right. Then, so you take the tunnels to the left, and then you take to the right, and basically you weave through these tunnels, making it go through the smaller angular tunnels, slowing it down further. So that is a success for the both of you, moving you an additional square forward this round. And then the worms gain ground.
Okay.
So, with that, it is then Morty and Voxis again, as the worms continue to tear through the stone, though they are surely falling behind at this point.
Okay. I'm going to, since you said we can somewhat converse quickly, ask Morty if he has a way of flying.
Run! Run!
Take that as a no. So I just, because all my enhanced abilities and acrobatics, athletics, they really wouldn't help because it's only one of us moving, would it?
I mean.
Well,
actually, Morty's just gonna reply. I thought you were supposed to be fast.
I meant like to Roy, because if I make myself quicker, it really wouldn't help us as a team success.
How would you use it to? How could you use it to make you more likely to gain a success? That's the thing. You got to think outside the box. If it grants you speed, how could you use that speed to throw the creature off? Maybe, there's things that the other team has done that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
But might work the same for you. And yes, technically it's metagaming at that point, but
yeah,
you're limited on stuff you can do. So, and your character's fairly intelligent, they would think of those things too. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt in this situation.
Okay. Well, can I use like acrobatics to kind of like try and go over a tricky area that's difficult, might slow him down a little bit to get through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically weaving in and out of tunnels.
Yeah.
Using your acrobatics to choose the closer corridors and make the tight curves.
Yep.
Yes, I would allow you to do that.
Okay. Plus 10.
Does his 28 succeed? No.
Yeah, if the DM says no at that point, you just roll a new character.
just let the worm eat you at that point.
So yes, doing that and you being quick enough, you dart off in a direction, to throw the worm away from Morty's location, and then it has to choose. So, it might veer off a little bit to follow you, crushing through further tunnels, slowing it down. So then Morty, seeing him do that, you guys are losing sight of the purple worm. It is falling vastly behind.
So Morty's just going to book it as fast as he possibly can.
Okay. So you don't want to do anything to try and throw it off?
Well, the thing is that if I've lost sight of it, there's not much I can really do to thwart it from doing something.
You haven't completely lost sight, is what I'm saying.
Oh, because I thought you said you were losing sight of it.
It's just barely in view. You are losing sight of it.
Okay. When you say just barely in view, when you say just barely in view, since I have dark vision of 60 feet, can we assume that it's within 60 feet?
Yes. So
okay.
the way it's basically is you guys have to complete so many successes before so many failures. you guys have made so many successes so far that you are coming close to outmaneuvering it.
Then Morty's just gonna Ray of Frost it.
You can't use the same thing.
You've used that
2
on
rounds
the first
ago.
round. It's only been 2
Right.
rounds.
2 rounds total.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
So
I thought it was like
if you had failed
Gotcha.
this round, next round you could do it because it's been 2 full rounds since the last
Gotcha.
time you've used it.
Between attempts, yeah.
gotcha. That oops.
I know.
Okay.
The skill challenges are kind of weird, and trying to do it in this direction really makes it even more so.
You know what it sure does? It sure does beat just fighting a purple worm.
You know what? I have an idea. I'm gonna leave a flaming sphere right behind me.
Okay.
It's gonna have to travel through the flaming sphere because of how big it is.
You're really gonna piss this thing off.
What is the saving throw on it?
It is. Hold on 1 second.
I can't imagine.
It's a dex save. So I mean, it'll probably make it. The dex of 14. But still.
Hmm. Did that not roll?
There we go.
All right. So it fails.
Oh,
Wait. My spell failed, or he failed it?
He failed it. The worm failed it. As it doesn't try to dodge, it tries to eat the ball.
Harford, yes.
So go ahead and roll your damage,
It's on there. The 9.
as it will then make a Constitution saving throw. It does make the Constitution saving throw as it rides around for a moment. That being 2 more successes,
Talk about
2 of
indigestion.
you- the 2 of you completely lose view of it,
oh.
thus completing and putting you at the very end of the skill challenge.
Cool. No doubt.
The casting team was finished.
So, with that, Brick and Selichah.
Okay.
Brick, you being the first,
All right.
you have seen the vein. As you're running along at this point, you're noticing there are areas of water that you're coming to, like small little tunnels that are filled with it. Though, just a note, and you still don't see any light beyond what you guys have.
Yeah.
You can make me a perception check real quick. Okay.
Oh.
You do notice that you are starting to run into an area that does have some worked stone.
Oh, baby. Worked stone. Ah, cripes. I feel like if I use this, I'm using the same skill check again. Cripes. Okay, work stone. So, because I think Selichah made an investigation check a while back.
I did not.
No, survival,
Oh.
athletics, insight, and stonework is what you guys have used so far.
Okay, I think I made an investigation check a while ago. So I don't think I can use it again.
That was part of your stonework. I counted that as your stonework check.
Okay, so if I just make a raw investigation check right now to try and follow these things to hopefully get us somewhere safe from the worm, Brick's gonna try and...
I would allow a straight investigation check, yes.
Cool, that's fair. All right. Here we go. Oh, just straight. Okay. Oh, no. Oh,
Nice.
yes!
Nice. So you notice the worked stone, and you know that creatures with a burrowing speed have a vastly harder time from burrowing through worked stone. You're not really able to tell the make of it because you're in such a harried rush. That you do start following the stonework, as it looks to be mining tunnels. As you dart into them and you make your way through, you can hear the crashing as the worm hits the tunnels and is squeezing through, slowing it down further. Granting you guys a success. So investigation success. All right. As you furthered along, Selichah, you start noticing that that the area you are in now has more worked stone, and you are actually seeing open caverns, and there are short distance crevices in this cavern that fall deeper than your sight can see. There are also stalactites off of the ceiling and everything.
Cool. This doesn't sound dangerous at all. I like it.
Damn, Selichah.
Oh, this is a bad time. Could I use Step of the Wind to jump over one of the crevices that isn't like super wide to get out of, like, at least to slightly interrupt the vibrations from our footprints, because that is no longer connected?
Okay. Yes, there are actually. So as you do it, you know, in those kung fu movies where there's the field of pillars kind of scenario, there is like a 30-foot stretch that I will let you make an acrobatics or an athletics. Or nope, not athletics, acrobatics, because athletics has already been used.
Also because it would kill us.
Yes.
I mean, this might kill me at least, so sorry about it.
So go ahead and roll an acrobatics. 19.
Yes. Oh,
so as you go along, you pick out the sturdiest ones as you springboard between them. And Brick, you find a way to go around. Something actually happens when the purple worm crushes through the opening into the cavern. Hold on, it's taking a second for my roll. As it barrels into the crevasse filled with the stalagmites. As Selichah, you can roll me 6d8 damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As you basically tremors it right off the ledge into the crevasse.
And I thought ours was pissed off.
Okay.
freaking nice.
So it falls into the crevice as it cuts down at an angle and burrows into the wall on the other side before plummeting completely to the bottom. As it cuts itself open, gets some pretty nice gashes along the underbelly of the worm before it comes up and out of the ground, still following you, but you guys have both succeeded, thus gaining an extra success as it follows behind. So that was Acro. Okay. So now you guys are into a furthered area. You are coming to what you can see are mineral deposits of gems. Nothing like out of the extraordinary. I mean, you're seeing maybe agate and some amethyst and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like rubies or anything you can really see. But you do come to a room momentarily as you kind of run through it. It's an open how to describe it. It's a open kind of cavern, but the walls have been smoothed, and in the center of it there is actually a statue of what looks to be a emaciated elf. Not like emaciated dead, but like extremely skinny, and its fingers are elongated more than normal, its limbs are a little bit longer, it looks extremely tall, and its ears seem to stretch back, maybe 2 inches further than a normal elf you've ever seen.
And this statue is like
it's wearing robes, has hair that's looks to be carved, tied back, and a crown, and it appears to be holding some kind of orb in its hand. So this is the room you enter as the worm actually stops following you. So we will go on to non-skill challenge, as you guys have succeeded.
Oh. Good job, Cloaky. We made it.
I would say I did my best, but I rolled a 1 followed by a 2, so I don't know if that's anyone's best.
You guys came pretty close to having to possibly fight one. So
yeah, I'm gonna take a pass on that, big chief.
Where we are currently.
Wait. Really quick, just because I want this to be Morty's action. He is not going to let up on that concentration for that flaming sphere until he feels it go away.
Okay.
How much damage does he inflict on that worm?
I will give you...
Over the course of a minute, since I'm sure it's writhing around with the thing inside of it since it ate it.
I'll give you 3 rounds worth of damage.
Okay.
No saves.
No save. Okay, so, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. And by then, you feel the spell wink out as it's out of range.
Okay. I'm just, because, like, he's still in, like, that panic mode, so I'm assuming that he's just gonna be like, it's not following us, the last thing I did was this, I'm going to keep it up until I know for a fact I have to go again.
Brick and Selichah, something you would have noticed that is future knowledge for your characters, because you would have visibly seen it, when you guys were stuck in that hovel and it had to pass you by, you saw that its tail ended in some kind of wicked barbed stinger. Just for future knowledge of any encounters that might happen.
Like, the scorpion god loves me, so I'm sure that this guy's just a friend.
It's practically a scorpion.
It's practically a scorpion.
So, with that being said, Morty and Voxis, you two no longer see it following you, and you're kind of slowing as you're jogging along, you realize that you've lost complete awareness of where the rest of your party is.
So about that teleportation spell.
I need perception checks from the both of you.
Okay, and wakacha. Oh. Oh god. Oh no.
Okay.
Did a bit better.
Okay. So, Voxis, as you guys are still kind of looking to, distance yourselves, you notice a small portion of stone slide to the side as you see a charcoal-skinned, small man with white hair, a bulbous nose, kind of peek out of a hole as you recognize a gnome when you see it. He has wiry hair. You see he's holding a pickaxe in his hand and wearing various mining equipment. As he sees your group and kind of for a second freezes, looking back down the tunnel, as he motions for the both of you to come as he waves you forward. Morty, you are oblivious to it as you're still kind of just looking behind you.
I'll grab Morty and go towards
as soon as you grab him, he's just gonna go, "They're dead! There's no way they could have survived this! They're dead!"
He's like a Dash
You
from
saw
the.
that thing! We just left them there! They're dead!
He's like Dash from the Incredibles.
Brick and Selichah, the two of you are in this room, you're looking around. Selichah, you feel something very familiar about the room, but you're not quite sure. I need the both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh no! Hey Selichah, you do get a +2 to that.
So
You get a +2 to that?
The 2 nat 20s had to balance out sometime.
That's fair.
So, Selichah and Brick, the two of you are in this room, and you're staring at the statue for a moment. And Brick, something just feels off as the room starts to spin, as you fall unconscious.
Yeah.
Selichah,
just
you
sees
see the Warforged just kind of teeter for a second before it falls face first on the ground.
I don't think they're supposed to do that.
And you notice that there is something about this room that's off. And after a moment, you see a woman step out of the stone, like it ripples around her, and she looks vaguely similar to the statue. She stands roughly 7 feet tall.
God, she's a cave witch.
As she looks at you and looks down at your friend, you see 4 more of these elf-like people step out behind her.
It's a coven of cave witches.
As you speak Undercommon, correct?
That is correct.
She looks at you and says, "You are far from home, dark-skinned one."
Well, that feels interesting to hear as a person that exists in the world.
She says,
Dark
"You are."
Well, you got it.
She looks at you and says, "You've come the wrong way. I suggest you turn around and follow the tunnels back."
I will ask her who she is and how I'm supposed to carry this giant clump of rocks back with me.
and metal.
Okay, rocks and metal.
Thank you.
She says, "That is not my problem. Though I shall briefly aid you." As she motions her hand, and as she does it, you see the stone beneath her feet kind of ripple as it washes kind of like a wave upon the shore. As you notice it slowly move towards Brick, as the stonework carries Brick out of the room and just drops him in the tunnel.
Okay.
Not like throwing him, but like, you know, when you see something on the beach wash ashore, you hear the scraping of him dragging along the ground.
Nice.
But he's in the tunnel now.
Purple worm too.
Do I know what these people are? Like, am I familiar with them? Have I heard stories about them?
You can make me a history check at disadvantage because of your race.
Oh. Damn.
I just really can't stop rolling ones. It's my favorite number.
Because the one is the best.
You're number one.
I
You're
sure am.
number one.
I'm
you feel like
dark-skinned
you
one.
have seen this or heard of this before, and it's right there, but you just can't bring it to thought. And
Okay.
she merely motions towards you towards the tunnel.
Okay.
You
Before I
tread
go,
upon sacred ground.
I'm going to examine that statue to see if anything about that figure is familiar to me.
Okay. You can give me a investigation check.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It does not appear so. You definitely, even with the one, because of your race, you can definitely denote elven ancestry of some kind. Though you've never seen elves like this that you have recollection of.
That's cool. I guess I'll get the fuck out of these people's way and apologize for my intrusion, but I will ask if they know how to handle the giant slithery scorpion lizards that are following us.
Purple worms.
Yeah, those things.
Make no noise and do not move. And she
I'll
kinda
try to stop
shrugs.
existing. Thanks for that. I'm gonna just fuck off because that's all she said to me this whole time.
You can give me a charisma check.
No, that's not gonna go well either.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'll go for it.
Okay.
Oh, that's way better than everything I've been rolling.
With that, she tells you, follow the tunnels. She walks over to the tunnel where Brick is, points down to the nearest right, and says, follow that direction. You will come across gnomes.
Thank you. May Alistrai's light shine upon you, and or not, I guess you like it in the dark. I'm gonna go. I feel very uncomfortable.
As you step out of the chamber, you see her touch the wall as it's suddenly just shears into a closed corridor.
I guess I'm gonna try and figure out a way to get Brick to stop being in whatever state this is. I've never seen him in before.
Okay. It takes some vigorous shaking.
So you mean I
as-
stand on top of him and jump repeatedly because I make
Pretty
no
much.
impact on him whatsoever?
It takes roughly a minute, but he does come to. The lights re-beam in his eyes, and for a brief moment, it feels like magic re-enters his body.
Where are we?
You sleep like a rock.
I am partially rock.
I guess that makes sense.
What happened?
Are you talking?
Me?
I can't hear Morty.
No, I had myself muted.
Oh, okay. I just saw your mouth moving. I thought you were trying to say something.
Oh no, I literally did. But when she said
Okay.
when she said he slept like a rock.
I appreciate your support.
Oh, absolutely.
What happened? I remember standing in the room looking at that strange statue, and then I'm here.
Yeah, the ground moved you. I don't know either, but we gotta go that way to get to some gnomes. We should get moving.
All right. Come along.
Please don't do that again. I didn't care for your lack of life. I'm pretty sure you were dead for a while.
I might have been dead once before. I'm fine. Let's
What?
go.
This is a thing that happens?
No. As Brick and Cloaky start walking, Brick's kind of just looking at her and
Ignore that. I didn't mean to hit that.
What?
Huh?
Hit what?
Oh, never mind. I can only see it.
damn. Brick's gonna. So, I've been meaning to talk to you for a while, Cloaky, and this is the first time Morty or Voxis haven't been around. Do you dream?
Yeah?
What the people of flesh and blood, what some of the things you all do are confusing to my people.
I've noticed.
Yes, like needing air and food. It's strange to us, and so is, like, just then I'm coming back. I was terrified because we don't dream, we don't sleep, we rest for a while, and Darn is attentive to our surroundings, but I've been having visions of late.
Oh, that's great news. Seems like you're growing a soul.
I think I already had one.
Oh no, dreaming is the thing that denotes whether or not you have a soul. I'm positive.
Well, according to
I come from a religious order. I know things about this. You're definitely growing a soul.
I also come from a religious order.
Oh, see, you're growing a soul.
Well, you have to remember, several members of my order didn't believe I had a soul.
Yeah, exactly. You're growing one right now. This is proof.
I don't think. Brick is never flustered, and he's very flustered right now.
I'm so sorry.
No, I love this. This is great. Brick, do you remember when we were talking to the large woman?
Yeah.
And she said they were right to put a soul inside of me?
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I didn't know that's how I was here.
That's fair. I don't know that much about how your people work, but it seems like whatever soul they've put inside of you is starting to awaken. My people do take dreaming very seriously, so if we ever end up back in my hometown, I would suggest that you talk to the librarians about this.
I tried.
Oh, did it not go well?
They understand as much as you do. As much as I do, frankly.
Interesting. Well, if you ever have a dream again, feel free to come to me. I can pray over it and see if I can come to any conclusions about what it was about. I'll take longer than the librarians do, but...
I don't think we're going to be going to the librarians back anytime soon, so I think we're okay.
Well, I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Thank you, Cloaky.
Sure, Brick. You're a good guy.
I'd like to think so. Alright,
Oh,
yeah.
that was so fucking wholesome.
Okay, so you guys continue to follow a path towards that direction that you were set on. Morty and Voxis. You enter a small hole. It is roughly 15 feet in diameter. You have this small gnome in front of you with a pickaxe, and you can see there's a couple barrels in here and also sacks of what look to be grain or fungi. There is also a cot that is set up. Has the gnome... Are the worms still out there?
Yes! Yes, they are!
Is he speaking in common?
He kind of shakes for a second as it catches him off guard.
Is he speaking in common, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a while. Oh, at least 40 cycles since I've seen surface dwellers down here.
Well, there would have been more of us, but the others are dead!
Oh.
We don't know. We don't know that, Morty.
You saw the thing! You saw the thing! It was
That-
massive, and now we had 4, and now
That-
we're at 2, and...
We
God.
got. I'll look
You have
towards.
my condolences.
I'll look towards the gnome and say, we got split up from our party. We don't know if they're dead or not, but there was a high probability of them potentially getting injured, if not killed.
Oh.
They're
Yeah.
dead!
Separated in the Underdark is dangerous. Dangerous indeed if you're not from here.
Yeah, and after all that running, I'm really not sure, and I'm pretty sure one of our the people that we split up with had the map.
Oh, you had a map of the depths?
It was a very vague one that just kind of gave us a general direction. It wasn't very good, but it was better than nothing.
Well, I've been down here for a while, and I'm a forward scout for the mining group. I can take you towards our city. We used to trade until the routes were closed. You see the...
Morty's immediately gonna perk up when he mentions city. Wait. There's a way out of here?
Well, there's Swerf. I'm sorry. I'm still a little shaken up. Swerf Haven.
So there's a way out of here.
It's a city down here, Morty.
There's a way out of here.
Well, there's quite a few ways out of the depths of Kyber, but it depends on where you come out. That it could be more dangerous. I can lead you back to Swerf Haven.
Is it safe there?
Yes, the
Please lead the way, small spongy man. Let's go.
I'm sorry. Is he you see he like wipes his he puts the pickaxe down and wipes his hands off on his like smock that he's wearing as he comes up to you and says, my name's a Gurk.
A Gurk, sure. Let's get a Gurk out of here. Come on. Just that way, please. Safety, please.
Yes, right away.
Yes, yeah, right away. Let's right away. Like, could we be there
remember
now?
which direction your friends went?
We came from that way, and he's just gonna point down the hall.
Okay.
Like that, or like to the door. We came from that way.
Well, there are many burrowed out tunnels. It's possible they might find their way to Swerf Haven. there are also many dangers that they could run into down here as well.
Yes,
There
we found
are great
danger.
lizards that are
I
not
want to be away
harmful.
from danger.
Well, we are about half a day if we go straight to it.
Straight to it,
Yes.
please.
We would
Please.
appreciate it very much, and I apologize for my overly excitable friend here.
No, I am happy that the worms did not find my hide hole.
Hey, wait a
You
minute.
know-
Wait a minute. I've got a question.
Yes.
So, why aren't they in here?
Oh, so worms, they listen to sound and they can feel the tremors in the stone. A good way to avoid them is to stand really still and hold your breath.
Morty's immediately going to hold his breath and not move a muscle.
Yeah, that. If you hold still, they can't see you. You can breathe now. I doubt they're away. Stone.
Is there a torch in the area at all that we're in, or are we just all seeing with night?
Just the one that Morty was carrying. I thought.
Morty?
Morty didn't need a torch.
Oh.
Brick was our torch.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was the light source.
Yeah. Then Morty was running around blind for a while.
I
That would've
mean,
made-
outside of dark vision.
Oh, you have dark vision?
Yeah, he's an elf.
Oh yeah, you're an elf.
It's
Yeah,
Brick.
Brick's
It's
the
Brick
only one
that
that has
has
dark vision. That's what
Yeah,
we
then no.
we- We started this before Tasha's.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna
You're
grab
relying
the.
on your dark vision right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the edge of my cloak and just kind of levitate, since I can fly with my thing as long as I'm in dim light.
Ooh, that's a good trick. That's how the drow avoid him.
Yes, it would have been very helpful if we would have known that, but we were in combat with some bird-looking things, and they kind of were drawn to
chicken
us.
roaches.
They were drawn to the combat, and that's how we ran into this mess.
You ran into hook horrors. That's exactly what they are. They're horrors of the depth that will tear you to pieces.
Well,
he seems rather shaky as he talks about stuff.
well,
we just
they're
find a mini Morty.
they're they're dead now. Some by us, some by the purple creature.
And I ask why you are down here.
I don't want to be.
I'll just, it's okay, Morty. We're looking for a people that are said to have lived down here.
And we found some.
We're not looking for gnomes.
Sorry, Swerf Neblin.
Swerf Neblin. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, deep gnome.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I have never. This is my first time in any deep cave such as this, so I'm not familiar with the various civilizations and creatures that live in its depths.
Well, which people are you looking for? There are the Duergar, there are the Drow, sorry. There are, and the Drow haven't been seen for ages. There are also the Kiwatoans. There's a few tribes of trolls down here as well.
I don't want to see trolls.
It was the Uvogtilin, right?
Oh, you're looking for the Guardians. They are Drow, yes. There are other Drow down here, but the Unvogtilin, yes, they are That is a myth.
Well,
Right.
all myths are based on some truth.
That is stories that the Swerf tell to children to keep them from going further into the depths of Kyber. I will take you to Swerf Haven. You can talk to the elders there. They may have information you could use.
Sounds good, and with any luck, maybe our friends survived and will find their way there as well.
If you just promise me, if we travel down here and we run into some Darrow, you're capable adventurers, yes?
Yes, we have fought many things, including giant spiders.
We either need to avoid the Darrow, or you must defeat them. They are madness incarnate.
Oh, lovely! I am
we'll
all
do-
for it. Let's avoid them.
Yes.
I absolutely
We'll
support
do
this
our
idea.
we'll do our best to go around, but if
Okay.
push comes to shove,
Push won't come to shove. We will not be shoving anybody. We will walk around them.
Okay. So, with that, you see him motion his hands, and you see the stone move
ooh,
as he rolls it to the side. As he motions out, and he says, "Follow me. I'll lead you back." But he holds his finger up to his mouth. You gotta be quiet.
Not a peep.
Sound is your enemy down here.
oh, hey,
So,
Morty's gonna try to hold his breath the entire time, or at least as much as he can.
what's your constitution?
It's a +2.
I mean, total score.
Oh, 15.
15. So you can hold it for 15 rounds, no problem.
Mhm.
And then after that, you'll start making constitution checks at DC 10, then 11, then 12.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, he's going to try to hold it, and but
Yeah,
he's like,
no, I'm saying if you want to actively hold it, that's how it works. You make
Okay.
50, like that's what 90 seconds, so a minute and a half that you can hold it with ease.
and it's about a half-day journey.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
So
I'm gonna just float essentially behind, so I don't even make sound.
how are you propelling yourself?
I can fly with my cloak
Oh yeah.
as long as
I thought it was just levitate.
no, as long as I'm in dim light, I have a flying speed.
Well, you're in darkness, so
Yep. And once per day, I can, as long as I'm in darkness or dim light, I can polymorph into a bat, and I just can't use that ability until the dawn of the next day.
okay. So you guys follow a Gurk.
And I do need to use both hands to hold on to that cloak, so I can't like fight while holding on and flying.
So Brick and Selichah, the two of you continue to travel. Selichah or Brick, whoever, can make me a survival check.
Hey, I'll be right back. I just gotta let the dogs out real quick.
Direction.
Yeah, Brick would remember that. It'd be like, "Oh, Cloaky, don't you have the map?"
Yeah. Let me see if I can read this map, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a fucking one. Oh, okay. We're okay.
So you pull out the map, and the pages are blank. And as you concentrate on them, they start to fill up with tunnels. As you see what looks to be a vast network of Swiss cheesed tunnels. You see that on the map there is a rune about half-day travel. The rune stands for hearth.
Is there
in
anything
Underground.
on the map that is denoting the statue that we just ran into?
No. Actually, something that's weird is the catacombs go that direction, and then it just does not fill in, even when you concentrate on it.
Okay. Is there any way for me to mark this map to know where that is?
You can, but since you've had the book, you've noticed that it's, you concentrate on finding your destination, and it kind of gives you a path to it. So it's not like the map stays the same on there.
Okay, then I'm gonna stop for a second and pull out my calligraphy set and just draw a crude map to mark where that is.
Okay. You do so. You copy it over. It, you spend 5 minutes copying over stuff real quick. And then, what was I going to say? I just spaced out. Sorry. So, you notice that the Swiss cheese of the tunnels does go that way, and then you see the word hearth in runic, in runes, and it does have a giantish backing to the language.
Okay.
But that is in the direction that you were told to go.
Okay. I will tell Brick that I have figured it out and head out in that direction.
Yeah, Brick's just gonna follow Cloaky because he knows she has the map, and honestly, like, he's just kind of trying to be as quiet as possible because he knows that his clanging in these tunnels isn't gonna help anybody.
As you continue that way, you realize that the map seems to take you in the most direct course, thus making the travel a little bit quicker. You two actually arrive before Voxis and Morty.
Brick, I sure hope Morty's okay.
As you guys
Okay,
slowly come to, you enter into a vast cavern. I mean, as far as the eye can see, and you can see lichen on the ceiling and around, and you see what looks to be these massive pillars of chiseled stone holding up what looks to be a large platform in the center of this massive cavern. And upon the platform, you can see multitudes of look like stone huts that have been carved out, and around the outside of the flat, it is flat, and then it goes into kind of tiers up to what looks to be some kind of you're guessing cathedral-like structure. Around the outside are stone walls, and you can see what looks to be small humanoids with charcoal skin and white hair manning the walls. As you come to a large, effectively, bridge that crosses the cavern to this city in the center of this cavern. And as you approach, you see there are two of these smaller creatures on the bridge towards the farthest side away, wearing a gold, not quite gold, but more like bronzish, bronzish kind of plated armor. And you see that they have pickaxes and shields. They don't seem aware of your approach, as you can see them from much further away.
So is the lichen in here like? like bright enough that Brick doesn't have to worry about bumping into stuff?
It's like a starry night. Towards the city, you can actually see that there are like glowing rocks that light the edge of the walls and stuff, and you can see what look to be fires, within. So it is a habitable living area. It looks like.
Cool.
You can
Brick's
definitely
gonna-
tell it's populated.
Yeah, Brick's gonna pop off his or turn off his torches, just
Okay.
so he doesn't want to make himself any more obvious than he already is. As they approach.
As you, Selichah, are you approaching with Brick?
Yeah, a lot less cautiously. I am not concerned.
Okay. As you two approach, the two guards on the bridge do take notice as you see one of them turn and smack his pickaxe against his shield in succession. And up on the wall, you can hear another sound of succession back.
I will call out to them in Undercommon, just to greet them and tell them that we are looking for a place to stay.
Okay. All right. So, with that, you hail out to him, and you see the one that wasn't banging on the shield slowly approach you.
I will raise my hands to indicate I do not have any weapons.
Yeah, Brick's not gonna have his hammer out either.
Greetings, he says in Undercommon.
Okay. Hello.
You lost.
Lost is a strong word.
Well, it's certainly uncommon for two, he says, a soldier and, from the looks of you, a priest to be down here.
What's he saying?
Hold on, Brick. I got this.
Okay.
I will let him know that we are just passing through. We're looking for some information and a place to stay. I do not think that we will be in town long, but if we could resupply, that would also be appreciated. We do not wish to cause any trouble.
I must confer with the council before I can let you in the city. He says, but I see no reason. What is your business down here? Surface dwellers are very uncommon.
Before I answer that question, I want to look and see if I see any indication in any of the architecture or anything that this is a place that has any influence from giants.
Okay. You can definitely, looking at them now, you can tell Deep Gnome, just looking at them.
Right.
And you know that their alphabet is indeed deriven from Dwarven and Giantish.
Okay.
You do see similar runic markings on the walls that are kind of like sigils of protection.
Okay. I will let him know that I am on a mission from my order, and we just want information and to resupply, and we will be on our way.
Very well. May I ask what information you are seeking to notify the elders? The council?
Yes. 1 second.
He says it is very out of the ordinary for others to come here. I'm sorry for the caution, but my people come first.
Oh no, it's totally reasonable. I'm just wary to scare people off. We are looking for the Umbragan, who I understand to be unwelcome. We have business with them.
Have you told them I'm a delight?
I'm sure they can tell, Brick. It'll be okay.
Okay.
Yes. If you will wait here, he points off of the bridge. He says, if you wait, I will be back momentarily. And he saunters off.
Okay. I will convey that conversation to Brick.
Okay. It takes probably the better part of 20 minutes to half an hour before he comes back, and the other guard just kind of stands there at attention, staring at the two of you.
As while we're waiting, Brick's gonna take out from his mason's tools just like a small hammer and chisel and start pounding out "Brick was here."
Oh my god. I don't think that they appreciate that.
It's okay.
When you start doing that, the gnomish guard comes up and is kind of just watching you do it. Roll me a stoneworking check.
Sweet. Okay. D20 plus
4.
8. Woohoo!
Oh god. You are just defacing their property.
So you're doing it, and
I'm adding to the property value.
He turns your hammer in your hand a little bit and pushes up on the chisel. Go ahead and roll the die 20 again as he aids you.
Sweet. 17, much better.
Okay. And it looks very nicely chiseled at this point. He says something in Undercommon that you don't catch. Selichah, you hear him go, you're holding it wrong. That is the finger grip on the hammer. If you do it this way. And he seems to explain it, but you can tell that Brick has no understanding of what he's saying.
I'll try and translate that for him.
Brick kind of nods and like says in Dwarvish to this guy because he doesn't know. He goes, "Thank you. I'm very out of practice."
When you speak in Dwarvish, he gives you a thumbs up and he says, "Not many take up the craft of stoneworking upon the surface, I've heard."
It's a noble art. And he's going to continue the conversation in Glorious very amicably because he's excited because it's the first stonework race.
As you guys start talking about it, he pulls out he's got a little pack on his side, small little pouch, and he thumbs his pickaxe that he has in his hand as he starts pulling out small stone creatures that he's carved. And they look kind of like chess pieces, but you see one looks like a hook horror. He's got a smaller one that looks like a small little gnomish man. He's got a dwarf.
Brick is just a beacon of wholesome interactions.
And he's explaining that he makes small little figurines in his spare time.
Well, Brick's looking at these, and I will say, Cloaky, from Cloaky's point of view, she has never seen Brick handle anything this daintily. Not even the rest of his party members. When he was like hauling them through the water, it was like hauling sacks of potatoes. Like he's treating these like porcelain.
Yeah. His prized possession is he pulls out a quartz unicorn.
This is so cute.
And Selichah, you can just see they're talking in Dwarven. I don't know if you speak Dwarven.
I do not speak Dwarven.
It sounds
Finally, it's useful for
kind of
once.
like it sounds almost like two Germans talking as they're handling this small crystal unicorn. And they both
Brick made a
has
friend.
this big grin on his face, but you can see the gnome under the helmet has this big smile, and they're chuckling together. And 20 minutes goes by pretty quick at that point.
This is the happiest I've ever been.
Brick, when Brick laughs, he's like, ha ha ha.
So after about 20 minutes, the guard does come back, and he's got another gnome with him that is wearing robes. And the gnome approaches as he, greetings, you are the surface dwellers. My name is Mathen.
Is he speaking in Undercommon?
He is. Sorry.
Okay. Brick's gonna like stand back up because he's like, oh crap, boss is here.
He bows to both of you and says, please, as he motions, please follow me into the city. We can accommodate hearth for you, and you may trade to replenish your wares. We have many questions as well, and we may come to an agreement of trade for such information, as he leads the two of you into the city.
Okay. As we are going in, I will inform them that we are also looking for two of our lost companions. We are not sure that they are alive, but we would like to check before we depart.
Ah, yes. We've had no surface dwellers come to the city in, well, I believe the surface term is 4 decades.
Oh. Rick, I think there might be a problem. They seemed to be faring pretty well when we took off.
You said Morty would be okay. He runs pretty fast.
Please, follow me as he leads you into the city and takes you to they don't really have a tavern here. You guys are led through the city to a slightly bigger hovel of a house. As Methane tells you that you're more than welcome to stay with him. The Council of Elders is convening to gather, and they will speak with you upon first glow. He thinks first thing, he says, the next cycle of the day. But please, I have food, as he brings out some green-looking bread and some large fungi, as well as a bluish cheese. He says, please, sustain yourselves, and I will be back. Make yourselves at home and rest, please. As he takes his leave.
So I gotta ask, how's Brick doing in this house? How's Brick doing?
You're hunkering. At highest it's maybe 6 feet tall.
So Brick's like his neck's kind of craned in a little bit when he's standing at full height.
Yeah.
So Brick kind of pops
definitely,
a squat.
Most people that you're seeing stand anywhere between 2'8" and like 3'5". They're small, you know.
I'm 6 foot as well, so I'm gonna be have my head to the side as well when I get here.
So, Voxis and Morty, you guys are traveling for a bit, and a Gurk, leads you down some tunnels, and he, nope, it was a right. as he leads you down, and you guys come to the same landscape that I had described. A Gurk stops you at a distance, and he pulls out a leather case out of his sack. It's a leather tube that has copper wiring around it and a leather cap on the end. As he pulls the cap off, you see it flash light, and he caps it again, and he does it a few times.
That's cool.
You can see there's some kind of gem in the end of it that is emitting the light. And after a bit, up on the rise on one of the guard walls, you see the same thing, that light flash back in a succession. As the Gurk looks at you, they're aware. We can approach.
Sounds good.
Morty's gonna be like in between holding his breath. All right. And just keep trying to hold his breath as they're going.
You're probably okay to breathe normally now, Morty.
What chances? I'm taking them.
So, as you guys approach, a Gurk waves as one of the guards approaches. He goes, Medek! I found outsiders!
Is he saying this in common or undercommon?
He's saying it in undercommon.
Okay.
So you're not quite sure what he's saying, and you see a gnome in kinds of like bronzish armor approach, pickaxe and shield, and he approaches and he says something to a Gurk. I'm not actually going to tell you what he's saying because you can't understand him. And they trade, and you can both roll me an insight. Because the other gnome does point back.
Morty's focusing on the breathing.
Voxis, from the body language and the way the guard is exchanging, he is not surprised to see outsiders. And from him pointing back, you get the general feeling that outsiders must have came through recently.
Okay.
As a Gurk turns around and I think your friends are here.
Is one a man made of metal and stone, and the other a cloaked priestess?
One was a robed figure, and the other one was a heavily armored knight.
Yeah, that's probably them.
That doesn't sound anything like them.
It does if you weren't traveling with him for the past, while. Morty, focus on your breathing.
A Gurk looks at you and he says, they were taken to Mathen's home. They requested lodging and trade and information. I can take you to Mathen's.
I would appreciate that very much.
I have vouched for you, and I will lead you through the city. That you mean no harm. So, he takes you through the winding streets, and same thing. Most hovels, they're pretty simple, made out of stone, clay. You see there are a lot of stones that have enchantments on it to glow that are inside lanterns instead of fire. Though you can see hearths are definitely billowing smoke. As the smoke rises to the center of the cavern, you're guessing there are natural fissures that probably release the smoke, both of you being fairly intelligent.
So once we're in the city proper, Morty's finally going to start breathing normally.
Okay.
And not like deliberately trying to hold his breath to make sure that worms don't attack them.
You do see that there are quite a few gnomes that stare as you're led through, and Agurk is saying quite a bit in Undercommon as he passes certain people. People wave at him, and he eventually he leads you to a small. Would be small for you, but for them is probably a 2-floor home.
So Morty's also going to just kind of whisper to Voxis as like the gnomes are talking. He's just going to be like, what is this language? What is this?
Well, considering we're down here. And the common language is... Was that?
Are you saying it in common?
Yeah.
He's Morty's absolutely saying it in common.
Oh, actually, I was gonna say because you're an elf, so I'll reply in Elfish. That most likely this is the language that they refer to as Undercommon. Just kind of emphasizing the word.
This sounds nothing like my speak.
No, you're just speaking common underneath an object. That does not make it undercommon. We've been over this, Morty.
Agurk,
I'm assuming it's just a dialect difference.
When he asked that question, when Morty asked that question originally, Agurk actually turns around, puts his pickaxe above his head and holds it, and he goes, "It's undercommon."
Confused Morty even more.
I understood that. See? And I'm assuming he said that in common?
Yes.
Okay. See? It's clearly a dialect issue. I understood that one. And he's just gonna look straight at Voxis.
I'm just going to kind of say something. Do you speak Sylvan, Morty?
Elvish and Draconic.
Okay, so in Sylvan, I'm just gonna say, jeez, this guy.
After Agurk does that, he goes, sorry, it's hermit jokes. I've been alone for a long time.
That's okay.
Well, I start twitching.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you do an important work for the city here.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll find someone special soon.
God damn.
So this is Methen's home. As he walks up and he knocks on the door, Selichah, Brick, Methen is not here currently, and someone is knocking on the door. So, where was I? Yes, Selichah and Morty heard the knock at the door.
Brick.
Alright, Selichah and Brick. Gosh.
Cloaky and Brick.
So Cloaky goes, or Cloaky went, I'm not answering the door. It's not polite to answer. It's like, this isn't our house. So Brick's gonna go, just say because he doesn't want to move because it's a very small room. He's scared he's gonna smash them. He's gonna go, Methen's not here right now.
Roll me a acrobatics or a dexterity check as you work your way through the home.
No, Brick wasn't gonna. He was gonna sit where he was and just say, "Methen's not here right now. Can I take a message?"
Just yelling it.
Yes, straight up.
So, Morty and Voxis, you hear a familiar voice call from within the home. Methen's not here right now.
Morty's just gonna belt out. They're alive!
And apparently Brick is taking messages for people now. He found a new path in life.
Does Brick hear Morty yell there?
Oh, he's belting it.
You hear the shriek, yeah.
Brick's gonna stand straight up. I don't care how tall the room is. He's straight up, be like, Morty!
Okay. Roll me a athletics check.
You're ruining somebody's house.
11.
Okay. With that, you are not very gentle as you stand straight up and you Harry and the Hendersons the roof. As you find yourself in the sinking floor of Methen's house. as you're looking around and you see a small bed and a armoire that's been made out of stone and what looks like petrified fungus.
He's in the bedroom.
That thing is incredibly tiny.
Cloaky, that you see the same thing exactly you see his head disappear and partials of his shoulders.
Brick's hands are just like feeling
We'll
around the
over in
bucket.
that corner of the house and just say, "Can anyone fix this?"
So you hear a commotion from inside the home.
You hear a
No.
Because the
And
door's
from
still
outside,
shut.
no, you hear that noise. We just hear that noise from outside, and Morty goes, "And they're under attack!"
No, Morty. I'm just gonna grab his shoulders and hold him in place.
Gurk, not knowing quite what to do, looks around and I'm sure Nathan won't mind as he reaches for the door and opens it and walks in. You can see into the small home as you see currently Brick is standing with partial shoulders through the roof and his head is gone as he's got his hands underneath the floor, like trying to pull himself out without breaking more, it looks like.
I hope someone can mend stone here, because we might be making someone very unhappy.
So, with that, the party being reunited, that is where we will leave off for tonight. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you, everyone that is currently watching. I hope you enjoyed. We stream every other Tuesday, 7 p.m. to generally 9 p.m., maybe a little bit later.
Central
Depends
time.
on how the party's doing.
Central time.
Yes. Big shout out and thank you to Voxis, Morty, Rick, and Selichah, our players. This game wouldn't be possible without them. You guys make everything great. So as going forward, be intrepid and journey on.
And I want to say thanks to Trollian125 for following the channel today as well.
Heck yeah. Gotta love them channel followers.
Yep. Thank you, everyone.
Share
and
with your
take care.
friends. Have them, completely tear us a new one. Yeah.